Mario Kart Wii is a 10-year-old game. After all this time, there's a detail that really bothered me that's on basically every track, and I can't find anyone on the internet who talks about this problem. So today, I'll do exactly that. I actually recorded like 15 minutes of this video on console, but I thought it would actually be more interesting to do it on emulator because I can move the camera anywhere. I'm recording my screen, so apologies for the mouse cursor because you're gonna see the mouse cursor on screen as I try to move the camera. Anyway, let's get into this video. The thing that makes this game completely unplayable, if you look at this object in front of me, I don't even know what it is. It's like a speakers or something. Anyway, the shadow is pointing in this direction, so you would think that the sun would be like right above it, but if I turn the camera, you can see the sun's not right there. In fact, the sun is all the way over there. It's right above the stadium thing. Hello, Nintendo, please fix. This doesn't make any sense. So I did this without the flying camera, but this is 100 times better. I can actually show you what's going on now. So these shadows on the ground here, whoops, the shadows on the ground here. The sun would be, I guess, up in the sky over here, right here. So the sun should basically be up over here, but it's actually way over there. If I go over to the sun's position, the shadows don't even match up. It doesn't even make any sense. Nintendo, please fix, alright? Another little oddity that I found is that this statue of Luigi doesn't have a shadow whatsoever. There's no shadow around here whatsoever. I don't know why that's there, but there just isn't a shadow. Completely unplayable. So yeah, if you hadn't noticed already, this video is going to be me basically going through every stage and showing where the sun's location is and where the shadows are pointing. So based on the shadow of this ramp, you'd think the sun is basically right ahead, but it's not. The sun is like right over there. You can hardly see it on some of these, but there it is. That doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, because we're not looking at the tree. There's a tree right here, which has this massive weird blob shadow around it, which would maybe make you think that the sun is right here, right above it. If you know how light works, it doesn't make any sense because the sun is right over there. Oh, you can't see the sun if we're not actually looking at it as the character. So I mean, it's yeah, this doesn't make any sense. This windmill has an even stranger shadow, like from right above. Nintendo, please fix. Alright, here we are in Mushroom Gorge. So the sun is right over there. So I already know where the sun is, right? Based on the shadow of the starting line or whatever, the sun should be coming from around this direction behind me right there. But it's not. It's like way over there. It doesn't make any sense. The mushroom's shadow seems to indicate that the sun... It doesn't even make any sense. Where's the sun coming from? That shadow doesn't even make any sense because it's way too small for the actual mushroom itself. But it looks like the sun should be coming from this direction when in fact it's coming from over here. Nintendo, why are you doing this? So here we are in Toad's Factory. This track was actually kind of hard to look at from actually inside the game, so this could be interesting to use the emulator. Is this boundary break? So we have these big cranes and their shadow. Oh wow, the machines don't even show up. So these cranes have shadows over here, which would make you think that the sun is somewhere way up in the sky right here. But I think the sun is right over there. I mean, okay, when it comes to direction, the sun is actually in the right place, as you can see. It goes right there and the sun is right there. This is actually one of the tracks that the sun is in a reasonably good position. You can see the sun better if you go towards the other side of the track right here. But Nintendo actually placed the sun location in a very aesthetically pleasing location. Normally you'll be exiting this factory, you'll see the sun come up right there. So my hypothesis as to why Nintendo's done this, and I think this is a probably very reasonable hypothesis, is that Nintendo made all these shadows in the tracks They used a fake like sun location somewhere to bake in the shadows of the tracks, but for a bunch of objects they just manually did the shadows to make it more aesthetically pleasing, and the sun object itself was also placed after the fact in an aesthetic position where it would be nice to see it, even though it doesn't even make any sense if you actually think about it. But it's interesting, I've never seen anyone on the internet actually talk about this. So Mario Circuit's kind of interesting. We're actually going to get to tracks later where I actually haven't seen the sun yet. I've played a bunch of these tracks before, just kind of mess around with it. But let's make sure that we are standing still because the camera changes. Alright, here we go. So based on the starting line, you would think the sun would be way up high in the sky, but it's not. It's actually right over there. And these trees have the weirdest blob shadows around them. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They're way too big and not even going in the right direction. Also, the sun is right over there, but this area, these rocks are not in shadow, even though the sun is not shining on them. Like I said, Nintendo made some shadows on their own. I feel like all the shadows in this track are custom made. These shadows of the houses make no sense. So this shadow right here is coming off this direction, which means that the sun would be right over here. It doesn't even make any sense. You can't even see the tower, or I don't know what this is, the weird thingy sticking out bit of the house. Doesn't make any sense. Where's the shadow? Like, where? What? And then we have this one, so the sun should be over this direction. But if I look at these houses, they don't even have shadows whatsoever. I don't even know. These signs have shadows that are coming from this direction. So everything is just wrong. Everything's just wrong. Nintendo, why are you doing this? I think the aesthetic of this sun actually is, if you're driving on this section of the road, you can see the sun right there. So Nintendo placed the sun because it kind of fits right in with the scenery. But yeah, Nintendo, please fix. Coconut Mall. Now Coconut Mall has these huge shadows at the beginning, and I believe these big shadows are actually the palm trees. And the sun is somewhere over there. I'm gonna show it in a moment. Let's see. There we go. Let's move the vehicle so it actually ends up. All right. Oh boy. Okay, so that's kind of an interesting artifact from the way the game works. Okay, we just have that. But anyway, let's forget about that. The sun's right up there in the sky, and I think it has decent placement. As you can see, if I go in the middle of this shadow blob right here, the sun is right behind the palm tree, and I think this is actually a pretty decent sun placement. However, it's like it's placed right above the sea. It's kind of weird, right? These suns are like objects on the stage, so the sun actually kind of moves with you. The normal sun in real life is way far in the distance, doesn't actually move. So let's kind of move over here and see. You know what? It's decent enough, I think. Kind of. Okay, well, I mean, kind of. Whatever. I haven't actually looked at where the sun is on this track, so this is going to be interesting. I can't even really see any shadows. There are barely any shadows on this track. Where even is the sun? Oh, it's right over there. It's way up in the sky. You see it right there? Yeah, there it is. So let's see if the shadows somehow work. Yeah, this track has the same kind of issue, but if we move away from it, it just disappears. Where was the sun? Hello? Where was the sun? Oh, right over there. Yeah. It's way in the distance. So let's see. There's barely any shadows on the track itself. Oh, the track actually has self-shading on itself, which doesn't really work. Let's see. Kind of. It's almost okay. But if we look at this one, let's see. If we are in the middle, we should look up, and the sun should be right there, but it's not. It's right over there. The sun in reality is a lot higher up in the sky, but the direction is reasonable, I'd say. Yeah, the direction is reasonable. So Wario's Gold Mine's whole aesthetic plays off of basically the sunset. right there. You can see the sun already. So let's see if the shadows really match up with the sun. This house would say, let's say the sun would be over here, and actually that works. Are there any other shadows? Inside the cave there, obviously, doesn't really work. Alright, I think they did work off the aesthetic of the sun being over there. I think that was the whole plan, to be honest with you, to have the sun over there to begin with. So it looks like they did a proper job with that. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to say about this. Let's actually head into the cave. I don't think there's much to see here, except that the track is obviously way too bright for the lack of light sources around here. Doesn't even make any sense. Like, why can I see the ceiling even though there are literally no light sources around here? Daisy Circuit 2 plays off the fact that it's a sunset or sunrise. I assume it's a sunset. Here we go. So, let's see. I think the best way to show this is the big lighthouse right here. I assume it's a lighthouse, actually. Let me take a look at the top of it, you know. It's a lighthouse. Wow, that's a really cheap light animation right there. Anyway, like, when would you ever see the full thing? If you come out of here, I guess. Anyway, the sun's right over there, and the shadows, it doesn't really add up. The sun should be a bit more in this direction. And based on the shadow, it should be a bit higher as well. But I think they did a decent job. Also, we can have a look at the Daisy Cruiser. Is this boundary break, guys? Let's see where the sun is over here. It's right over there. Actually, that looks pretty decent, based on the shadow of this pole. I think that's a very decent shadow, actually. Let me take the camera anywhere I want. Let's see. It's decent. The normal shadow, the normal sun should be a little bit higher up in the sky. If we place the camera right on the edge of the shadow, we should be able to look right to the edge of the pole, and it should see it. It's decent, all right. The sun should be a bit higher up in the sky, but it's right there. Let's see if there's any oddities I can find. These trees actually have proper shadows in the direction you'd think they would actually go. Wow, there are no blob shadows with these trees. Alright, alright, alright. And the rocks actually have shadow on the track that we didn't see on the Mario circuit. Of course, the whole cave section is in shadow as well. Even though there's actually technically no top to the cave section, because it's invisible, because, you know, obviously the game doesn't draw anything more than you could see. Somehow, however, this shell has a whole backside to it. Oh, the yaw just clipped through the shell, what the heck? The problem is I have to see the sun in game, because the sun will not, like, it's an object and it won't appear unless you're looking at it. So I actually have to look for the sun. Is there even a sun on this track? It may be that there legit isn't a sun on this track. That could seriously happen. Let's use the shadows to guess where the sun should be. If I can, because I'm gonna fall off the track. Wait a second, I need to find a safe place. Alright, so based on the shadow of these trees, the sun should be right over here. It really looks like this track doesn't have a sun object. That's kind of interesting. I wouldn't think so. Let's check back over in the main, or the starting area. The sun should be coming from over here. I'm gonna head over back to like the Wiggler platform and have a look if it's there. Also here's a cool little thing. Like, this is turning into boundary break slowly but surely. So if you're in the cannon, which you can't see, you can see a reflection of the track down there. But that's actually just a flat picture of the tree. I think that's really funny. Look at the sky and turn the car around. Maybe I can see it up here. No, there's literally no sun object in this level. That's interesting. I never noticed that, to be fair. Nintendo just didn't bother to put a sun object in the in the game, or in this level. Oh well. That's that for Maple Treeway. Now, Grumble Volcano doesn't actually have a sun, if I'm not mistaken, because it's nighttime. I don't think there's a sun on this track, but we may as well look. I'll use the same technique as a moment ago to look around the track. No, there's no sun object, but how about the shadows? Because, as you can see, there is clearly a shadow from the starting line. That tells me there should be a sun over here. If you think about it, there is no sun, so shadows as like strong as this one don't work. Nintendo, did you think about that? There should be a sun over here, but there isn't. But it's nighttime, or I don't even know. This might not even be Earth, so there might not even be a sun. Well, actually, if it's a planet, then there should be a sun somewhere, but maybe not. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Nintendo, please fix. Treasure Ruins? Let's see. It's obvious that the sun's right there, even though we're supposed to be in the shadow right now. Imagine if you were just standing here. You should be in the shadow right now, but you can see the sun. That's incorrect. Let's take a look where the shadow should have come from by lining up the shadow with the actual geometry. Okay, so it should be around here, up in the sky. So the sun's direction is mediocre. It's almost the right direction, but it should be a lot higher up in the sky. That's something I noticed, and it's very common that the sun should really be higher up in the sky. Because in real life, if you look up at the sun, you're looking like way up in the sky. The only time you can really see the sun close towards the horizon, that it is right here, is the sunrise, sunset. But again, in this game, the camera doesn't pan up too high, so in order to have a sun, Nintendo just had to place it a lot lower on all these tracks, because otherwise there would be no way to see it. And it's totally understandable that it's done this way. You know, it's all for aesthetics, really. The shadows don't have to make any sense, and again, not many people have really talked about that. I haven't really seen anything, and at the beginning of the video I said I was really annoyed by it, but that was a bit of a joke. That it was completely unplayable. Of course. This video is probably called MKWii is literally unplayable, but of course, you know, it's supposed to be satire and a parody, but yeah, this track's decent. Kind of? Almost? Now, Moonview Highway is in the night, so the light source might actually be the moon on this track, if there is any shadows. Actually, there isn't shadows. Hey! I guess they learned their lesson from Grumble Volcano. There really aren't shadows on this track. Apart from the ones caused maybe by the light sources, the actual lanterns. But yeah, there are no real shadows on this track, so it seems that's realistic. We have a night track that actually doesn't have any shadows, as opposed to Grumble Volcano. And I don't think there's much else to see. There just really aren't shadows. I actually never noticed. You could almost look over this wall and see that there's nothing out there, but I don't think you can with the camera in this game. You could almost see there's nothing out there. Oh, dude, I found a thing. Oh my god. You can actually see. Oh, that was a great timing with the truck. I swear, if you make a freeze frame, oh, you can see. Or is it supposed to be water? I don't know. You can see over the edge there. What? You can see over the edge. I don't think Nintendo intended for that to happen. This turned into more game-breaking, but look at that. You can see there's nothing there. Is this supposed to... Oh, maybe they... I don't... There's just like surface right here, but I don't think this is supposed to be water, because, you know, the buildings are standing on it. What? You can literally look into Out of Bounds. Nintendo forgot to patch up a part right here. You can see Out of Bounds, right? I don't think that was supposed to happen, but yeah. They made this wall like way low. Alright, more things that make this game completely unplayable. I believe that Bowser Castle may also be a night track, so I don't think they'll... No, there are shadows here. Uh-oh. How are there shadows in the night? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There are shadows at this gate, when in fact, there is no light source. It's the Grumble Volcano thing all over again. There shouldn't be any shadows here. There is nothing that would cause... There's no light source. There's nothing that would cause shadows right here. Like this pole, too. There's nothing that would actually cause shadows over there. I think the thing that would mostly cause the shadows would be the lava shining up from here. But, yep. Another broken track. But most of the track is... Whoops, I just... I dropped a pencil. Most of the track's indoors anyway, so it wouldn't really work. But yeah, there are actually shadows in the outside area that should not be here, that shouldn't exist because there is no light source. So Nintendo, please fix again. I guess we'll be ending it with another like kind of anticlimax because Rainbow Road is in space. Are there shadows on this track? I don't think so. So yeah. I think that's gonna be it for... Yeah, there are no shadows on this track. I don't... Wait, what? Oh yeah, the objects move with the camera, so we're gonna have to actually rotate this to see that. There's a moon. That's the same moon as on Move Your Highway, interestingly. But there is no... Actually, there is no sun on this track, I believe. What? That shouldn't happen. Wait. Oh no, there is right there, right next to Earth. Right. Yeah, it is right there. That's interesting. How far is this Earth? That's just a semi-sphere, half sphere. I don't know what to call it. There it is, Earth. It is actually Earth, dude. It's not even... What? I just realized this is not just oh my! I just actually realized this is not even like the Mushroom Kingdom. This is legit Earth. This is Great Britain, Netherlands, where I live. This is Europe, Asia. I've got Japan right over here, which you can't even really see. That's so unfortunate for the Japanese people, where this was made. What? Guys, Rainbow Road is legit above our actual... I never even noticed. This is America, isn't it? Oh my god. What? Are you kidding? Oh my god. Dude. I thought this was just like any random, like, I don't know, Mushroom Kingdom planet. Nope. It's genuinely Earth. What the heck? Is this canon? Is this canon, guys? Like, I never really bothered to look. If you look down below, I mean, would you be able to tell would you be able to tell is the US from this kind of angle? I don't think so. You can't really see enough of it. But oh my, I've never seen that. If that was a known thing, I never actually knew that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We've gone through all of the regular tracks that are not retro from older games. So let me know what you think about the sun thing, and if I should continue with the retro tracks. I'm not sure how the retro tracks would really work. But I could do like a MKWii's literally unplayable part 2. I hope you... wait, actually, this is not really the end.